Please like, share, and subscribe.
Hello, hello. So this morning I'm gonna talk about a period of my when I discovered clubs, or let's rephrase that. Um, Between the ages of 17 and 22, I went to discos or clubs or places where people dance, and the reason for this was because some people, some older guys that I knew, like my brothers and their friends, and some other people said, if you want to meet females, that is one place to find them. And yes, so that's what I tried, to go to these places to try and meet a female. And why would I want to have a female? Because at that age, I realized that a woman can have certain beneficial things for me. For example, they look nice, they can feel nice, and they can talk to you and talk to you about things. But remember, I grew up just with brothers, and so I never had really sisters. Well, I have a sister, but it's like a half sister that I don't know. So didn't understand how females function, so I never realized it could be of any benefit. I'm autistic, so I'm like, just what I see is what I understand, and I don't really get the whole social stuff. And so I have a mother who was my mother. I didn't see her as a woman or a female. She's my. That was it. And then as a teenager, I realized that, I like females. I like how they look. I like how they smell. I like how they, maybe how they feel. So yeah, I would like to have one. And how can I get one? Didn't know how. So I had to figure out, make a list, ask people. And they said, go to discos and there you can find them. So I went to discos, and the problem for me, what happened was, nobody explained to me that a disco or clubs where they dance, you have to like dancing when you go there for one, okay? And me, I don't like dancing. I know, I think about this a lot, and for me, it's like this: humans are all driven by instinct, and yes, and dancing is some sort of social thing which in some way mimics like sexual activity, though some people are they dance, and some other dances do not do this. For example, break dancing and rave dancing, there's no sexual movements in that. And why do some people like this, and why do some people like this kind of social dancing where it's connected to people? So like jazz, or I don't know, or salsa, or that kind of dancing. Now for me, I discovered quite early, I'm also instinct driven, but my instinct, I'm not the socialite, or the one who's gonna win into a society due to great social skills and all that. I'm totally, don't get those things. Being autistic, don't know if that's an excuse or whatever. It just explains it nicely. That so for me, I was more the guy who's the protector, the hunter. So I was more into the physical stuff, like exercise, martial arts, sports, stuff like that. And that's what I like doing. And that's how I would say I fit the instinctive thing of survival, because I'm going to be the hunter gatherer, protector guy. I'm not going to be the socialite. And nobody explained to me that discos are mostly the socialite, excepting if it's like a rave disco, which I sometimes used to like, because they just jump around and hop around like exercise, and I like that. But in most discos which I went to, was this kind of partner dancing and the social thing. For example, people go in groups, and then they hang out in the groups and dance around in groups, and then they follow social good things, like don't step on each other's toes, don't hit somebody, don't throw your alcohol on others. That's all like the social stuff in the society. Of course, I didn't do those kind of negative things, but I didn't ever go in a group with people to a disco, because my main goal was just to see if I can find a female that would, that has benefits for me. So I thought, okay, maybe we can meet there. So I used to go there and stand and watch these people dance and do all this, and found it totally strange. But now I realize that I was the strange guy in that place. I mean, they just like dancing. Like I like fitness, they like dancing. Their instinct drove them to that, and I never realized it. I used to wonder why are they actually doing that. It was just totally strange. So of course, being the stranger in this situation, I could never get a girl in a disco because some females though, some people they go there and they I think dancing can also be like some physical thing, and it represents health. If you like can dance and maneuver your body in like cool sexual or ways. This is not like the rave dancing or the break dancing. That's not sexual. That's just pure physical, like a sport, So that also represents fitness. Even the like the salsa dance with a good body. So people are attracted to that. Why? Because I think, this is my thoughts, that health is a sexual or important for survival, for mating, for making more people. You need to be healthy and you need to show your healthy status, and then that's better for you. And that's what they do there in that social environment with the discos. And I just fell off the bus, Mr. Mr. Exercise, Mr. Jiu-Jitsu or karate or whatever I did then in the 70s. And that was the 80s when I was 17 till 22. I went and just stood around there alone in the discos, watching everybody, some drinking, some dancing, and never, not once in all that 5-6 years did I get anybody, any female. I didn't even talk to the females. It was totally strange.